Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh, the food delivery service that takes the stress out of meal planning and brings pre-portioned ingredients right to your doorstep so you can make a meal in about 30 minutes. You can even make it in 20 minutes if you use the quick and easy options. HelloFresh is super flexible. If you like to skip a week, if you want to change your meal plans or your food preferences, it's super easy and simple to do. And HelloFresh has so many recipes to choose from. It's a really great way to break out of recipe ruts. Giving back is really important to HelloFresh, and in 2019, HelloFresh was able to donate over 2.5 million meals to charity, and they're working on stepping up their donations this year amid the coronavirus crisis. Chickpeas make a pretty regular appearance here in our house, and this week our favorite meal was the chickpea-powered couscous. Go to HelloFresh.com and use my code emmymade80 to receive $80 off across 5 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. Big thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video and for their continued support. So today's recipe was suggested to me by lovely Hannah over on Facebook. Hannah, thanks so much for suggesting this one, and it is going to be Little Debbie's Christmas Tree Dip. Little Debbie's Christmas Tree Dip. Now, what does that mean? It means we are going to be making a dip out of these. I have never had one of these before, and apparently they're pretty popular. Little Debbie's makes all kinds of these little cakes. I've heard they are a pain to make, and I could understand why. Look at this shape and look at this icing that's on here. So from the graphic design of this recipe, I think this recipe comes from the 1980s. Not really sure if you've had this recipe before, if this recipe is in your family. Let me know down in the comments below. I want to learn more about the Little Debbie's Christmas Tree Cake recipe and its provenance. All I have is an image from Facebook. So first, let's go ahead and give one of these a taste, and then we'll make the dip. Here's the box of Christmas tree cakes. We've got Santa on here, and this box goes for $2.19, and we get 5 cakes. So growing up, I do remember seeing a lot of Hostess brand things, and on the occasions where my mom did buy these kind of pre-made baked goods, she would buy Svenhards, she would buy the Bear Claws, especially if we had company. I haven't seen Svenhards in a long time. I don't even know if they are in business anymore, although I do see a lot of Entenmann's here on the East Coast, so maybe it's a West Coast, East Coast thing. I don't know. Let me know what you know about pre-made baked goods. Okay, back to Little Debbie's. So Little Debbie's, there's little Christmas tags that you can cut out on the back of this. You'd think they would make the packaging easier to open. Okay. And hey, they look just like they do on the box. This is a great example of delivering on what you picture. I like that. It looks just like it does on the box. Let's see if the inside looks like that though. Boom. Yeah. Look at that. The inside looks the same too. Everything smells vanilla. It smells like a Twinkie, that artificial vanilla smell, and very sweet smelling. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. Itadakimasu. And that's not bad, a very sweet dessert. We've got cake and then we've got cream in the middle. The cream consistency seems to be a little bit denser than, say, a Twinkie, not as fluffy, but same combination of vanilla flavors. It's definitely not dry, and the whole thing is sealed in with this kind of waxy vanilla sweetness. I do like the crunch of the green sprinkles on top. That gives it a little bit more variety in terms of a texture. And now we're going to grind it up and make it into a dip. This actually reminds me of my White Castle pate. Have you seen that video? That's similar in the sense where you take something that's perfectly fine as it is, a White Castle hamburger, and grind it up into a pate or dip. So I've got my food processor here, and now we're going to add all of our cakes to this. Break the cakes just in half. Why not? We'll just put the whole cakes. I'm not even going to bother to break them because it's a food processor, right? Initial pulse. Ready? Here we go. So it's like the beginnings of a cake pop. 8 ounces of cream cheese that has been sitting at room temperature. Boop, 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 boop. Oof, 1/3 of a cup of milk. That will help loosen things. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Boop, boop. Finally, 1 container of whipped topping. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. I'm gonna break up this cream cheese just a little bit. And in goes the whipped topping. So this isn't exactly inexpensive. This dip is about $8. Ready? Here we go. Oh, wow. It almost looks like a crab dip or something. Wow. Like those little green flecks could be scallions, those little red bits could be like imitation crab meat. Nope, nope, nope. This is a sweetie dip. Dun, 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 dun. And just to remind us what this is, I've got an extra cake and I'm just gonna plant it right on top. Oh yes, that's actually cute. Yeah, there we have it. Alrighty, my beautiful lovelies, here we are, the Little Debbie's Christmas tree cake dip. After I put the sprinkles on it, I have to say it has become much more festive and a bit more inviting. So let's go ahead and give this a taste. Before I do anything, I'm going to be taking my little dairy enzyme. Here we go. Well, a little added insurance because sometimes cream cheese and I, at any rate, I've got some pretzels here, nice big salty pretzels. So let's go ahead and give this a taste. Make sure we get plenty of sprinkles. And here we go. Happy holidays. It's very sweet, but it's a dip and it's very good. Very vanilla, artificial butter flavor, creamy. It's like frosting, but a little bit fluffier in consistency. Definitely as sweet, but it doesn't feel as fatty in consistency as frosting. I'm talking about the canned frosting. The frosting that you can buy pre-made at the grocery store, but similar kind of saccharine flavors of artificial butter and vanilla, but pretty tasty. There's a little bit of tang from the cream cheese in there. The cream cheese also adds some richness to it. And by the way, this is my bowl of dip, so I'm happily double dipping. But it's good in that ground up Little Debbie's Christmas tree cake dip kind of way. And I have to say, big fat pretzel sticks coated in salt is not only the perfect delivery mechanism for this dip, but texturally it's the perfect foil to it as well. So there you have it, my lovelies. The Christmas tree cake dip. Surprisingly tasty, funny, and festive. Thanks so much for joining me, and big thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to try HelloFresh for yourself, head over to HelloFresh.com and use my code emmymade80 to receive $80 off across 5 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Toodaloo, take care, bye! This is where my burp is supposed to come in.